Hello, it's been a while. I need to ramble more. So I've been addicted to a specific kind of video called random play dance videos, and I didn't know what they were until seeing it one day on TikTok and then digging through the World Wide Web and finding a bazillion of them. And I should explain what they are. So like the basic way that it works is that like there's a big open area at like a convention or something, and then there's a semicircle or some general shape of a crowd around an empty area, and then the people in charge will play some kind of song, and whoever knows the dance to the song will run to the dance floor and start dancing to it. And it'll just keep playing different songs with popular dances, and if you don't know the dance, you'll step back out into the crowd, and if you know the dance, you'll step onto the dance floor. It's not a competition, it's not for anything, you don't get points, it's just for fun. And I love these videos so much. I'm addicted. I'm really, really addicted to them right now. And I want to explain my addiction because surely there's other people with this addiction. Oh, also, before I go forward, I should mention that I'm pretty sure after looking it up that this random play dance thing started with K-pop, but I am not in the K-pop scene like at all, so I have not watched those. I'm only watching the ones that are of J-pop songs that I know. So apologies to any K-pop fans. I might have clicked on this video and ended up here somehow and thought that I would be talking about the K-pop ones. I'm sorry. I only watch the ones with the dances I know because I know what they're supposed to be dancing to. I'm sorry. Anyways, there's a lot of different little things that I like about them, but I'm kind of just gonna like, I don't know, yap about it. Like, for example, the way that they don't play the entirety of each song, the way that they play only like a little snippet of each song, like 30 seconds-ish of each song, is pretty good. Like, maybe if you're lucky, they'll play like a minute of a song, but they won't go beyond that. And I think that this is pretty good because it lets you put a lot of songs in there, and a lot of songs means a lot of different dances. And a lot of different dances means that a lot of different people will know and not know each one, which means that you get a nice variety of people going in and out of the crowd, a nice variety of people finding their way to the front versus people that are like, oh, I don't know this one as much, and kind of shifting to the back. And it's also really convenient because like, it's a kind of a common thing for people to only know like a portion of a dance, and usually that'll be when the chorus is. So if they played the entire song, you already know the floor would be empty a lot of the time because people wouldn't know what to do for like the verses. So it just keeps it, I like the most iconic part, the most danceable part, the part that you've probably seen clipped on TikTok a million times. Like that's great. And like sometimes you'll see that happen where like people will come in and dance to the most popular part of the choreography, and then they'll step out when they don't know the rest. And you can do that too. You don't have to know the entirety of the song to go on the dance floor. You can just like jump in for the part that you know and then just jump out when you don't know the rest of it, and that's totally fine. And like keeping track of who's doing the dance with more confidence versus less confidence is also a great point of these videos. Sometimes you'll see a song come on and you'll see someone like bolt to the front and they'll just put their like bazillion% into it, and it's the best thing ever. And it's even cooler when they're doing like cosplays and then they're in the cosplay that the song is about. Like they'll be like the character that's singing the song or whatever, and they'll like step up and it's like, oh hell yeah, you know that they're ready for this. And I do want to mention the cosplays as well because a lot of the videos I've seen are in convention centers, and so you see a lot of cosplayers of a lot of different series, and that's very fun to see. You'll see cosplays of VTubers, of Love Live characters, of Project Sekai characters, of Vocaloids, and sometimes you'll see a group of cosplayers matching the same outfits and you're like, oh okay, they're probably at this convention because they also have a dance performance of a specific song coming up later. And then when they do these random play dances, you'll see like specific members of that group like kind of apart from each other, like looking at each other being like, oh, do you know this dance? No, I don't. Do you know this one? Oh, I know this dance, you know, stepping in. And again, that kind of moment where the stars align and a specific song comes on and someone in the fitting cosplay comes right up and starts dancing to it is the best thing ever. I think one of my favorite moments when it comes to cosplays perfectly matching a song that comes on is that there was a Project Sekai random play dance where Engeki came on, and out of the crowd just spawns 5 25G dancers, and they just take over the dance floor. They all do the dance and it's perfectly choreographed and they all know what to do, and it was amazing. You could see everyone get hype immediately for that. Though even when the cosplay doesn't match up to the song, that's also fun to see in its own way. And it's fun to see just the ginormous hot pot of characters all dancing together in their own kind of cosplays. Also, if I'm talking about moments that I'm a big fan of, I love moments where I can see absolute, what's it called? Spontaneity in action. The kind of moments where you can just tell through body language alone that the person's deciding on things right then and there. Usually it's in the form of looking to others when the dance needs more than one person in some kind of way. Like, you can just see the instant that multiple people decide to group up without a single word exchanged to each other. I think my favorite example of this kind of spontaneity is during the bridge of the song RPG, or role-playing game, when there's 4 segments of one person suggesting an idea to then be denied by the rest of the group. I had an absolute favorite random play dance video where a big crowd is perfect with improvising on the spot, but it was from a TikTok account that frequently reuploads and then deletes them, so I don't have it on me. I even searched for crumbs of it on Google and all I got was a thumbnail image, and since I don't know the name of the con or anything, and since the TikTok reuploader didn't even cite the source of where they got it from, I just don't have any hope in finding it, do I? Like, oh my god, would it have killed you to cite your sources? Could you not have just said, I got it from this con? And like, this is what started my journey of finding these random playdance videos in the first place after this TikTok reuploader started deleting a bunch of them and I tried to look for them and find them again. And it's like, I've went on a long journey to try to find this specific one. I've looked for RPG, role-playing game, role-playing game on Google and on YouTube and on everywhere, and I've tried to find it, but usually the ones that I find that include this song, people end up doing the dance where you kick your feet and you punch the air, and it's like, that's cool, you know, more power to you, kick your feet, punch the air, yeah, that's cool, but it's not the one I'm looking for. It's not the one I'm looking for at all. I'm looking for the ones where they form a crowd. I gotta explain. See, the example of spontaneity I wanted to show, that I do have a few clips of that I can show here, is where people form a semicircle and one person steps up to be the person suggesting an idea, and then everyone else will make like a big X with their arms, go nai 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 nai, and then they'll switch out who suggests the idea. I'll put the source of this semicircle dance format here, because it's probably from an adultimita that I haven't seen yet, but the way that people incorporate it into these random play dances, and the way that they decide who gets to suggest the idea on the spot is very fun, because sometimes 2 people will try to step in at once to suggest an idea, and one of them will have to relent. Sometimes no one will step up because everyone is too worried about 2 people stepping up and having to relent, and then other times the stars align and you get 1 person stepping up per turn and it works out perfectly, and it was just like that video that I'm missing and I can't find, and I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Though it's not just this song that has great moments of improv and spontaneity and whatever you want to call it. There's a lot more examples than just this. One of my favorite little examples of this kind of spontaneity is when Project Sekai cosplayers are dancing the Konton Boogie, and a Kohane cosplayer, her hat falls off her head, and a Nene cosplayer picks it up so fast and she blends in with the crowd so well that if you're not paying attention, it kind of looks like the hat teleported into her hand, but it didn't. See, it falls right here and then she picks it up right here. It's just that this other cosplayer is kind of covering her so you can't see it happen. But she picks it up without missing a beat, and it's amazing because even the Kohane cosplayer doesn't notice that her hat's been picked up, because right after the part of the song ends, she like turns around trying to look for it on the floor, and then the Nene cosplayer puts it on her hat and is gone so quickly that Kohane doesn't even know who gave her hat back. And it's such a nice moment of like hat solidarity because the Nene cosplayer also has a hat, so she probably knows the struggles of having a hat and a wig on a cosplay and how easily the hat can fall off. And that's such a nice moment, you know, hat solidarity. They know the struggles of having a hat, and so they helped her find her hat too. And then she drops it again later. Kind of poetic. Something else that's fun about random play dances are when they choose songs that have multiple popular choreographies, and I've seen the most frequent examples of this with Project Sekai, where pre-existing Vocaloid songs get covered in-game with different choreographies, so it leads to these funny moments where you can tell how long someone's been in the Vocaloid scene just by which dance they use. My favorite examples of this phenomenon are Kami no Mani Mani, Kimagure Mercy, and most of all Happy Synthesizer. And also MKDR. There was a really cool random playdance video where everyone did the Odottemita, and then there was this one Mizuki cosplayer that did the Connect Live one, I think. And I can't find it because it was from that TikTok reuploader account, and I wish I could because it was so cool. Oh my god. But also, Romeo and Cinderella is another great example of this different choreography thing. Look at this random playdance here. We have Rin and Len back here doing the Odottemita. We have this cosplayer in front of them doing the Project Diva choreography. And we have these guys over here doing the Project Sekai choreography. You got this guy over here playing guitar. You got an obligatory Wotage guy. The replay value is through the roof here. Like, oh my god. Look at all these people doing all these different dances. You could put this in a time capsule. I'm gonna play the whole clip here because there's so much replay value to it. Just watch. There's so many of these random play dance videos that I've watched that I feel like I'm definitely missing some points as to why I like them, so I'm gonna try to like make a more cohesive list right here. Reasons why I can't shake this addiction to random play dance videos. I love the various cosplays that are there. I love seeing the different characters all together in random cosplays. Sometimes they have similar cosplays, sometimes they don't. I love the rapid fire songs and the various choreographies and the fact that it reminds me of different choreographies that I know. Like I'll think, oh, I don't know that many choreographies, and then I'll see one of these videos and I'm like, oh wow, I know like 20. It's very fun to see the crowd sync up and do the same dance together, but it's also fun to see when not many people know the dance and one person gets to bask in the spotlight and everyone cheers them on. It's also fun to see the difference in choreographies, where people do different versions of the choreography, because sometimes it'll match up in such a way that it kind of looks intentional even though they're doing completely different versions of the dance. I love the spontaneous interactions of people dancing together, whether that's some kind of little kind gesture or whether that is choosing dance partners on the spot. It's really great. And finally, I love the general sense of unity that it has. These random play dance videos that I've seen usually happen at conventions, so there's usually a shared nerd culture that gets to shine through. Like literally, what could be better? A big old dance floor with a bunch of fun songs with well-known choreographies with people just as enthused to do the dances as you are. It can be easy to fall into the trap of becoming self-conscious about going all out in something, especially when it comes to dancing, so it's sort of therapeutic to see video after video of these random play dances where the crowd cheers on whoever's turn it is to nerd out to their heart's content. This kind of crowd cheering just heals the soul. I got hooked on these videos in the first place because of that reupload account, and even though I can't find a few videos that they've privated, my journey to them had led me to goldmine after goldmine. Video after video, I grew to realize that I couldn't hope to narrow one nondescript video down in such a vast ocean of them. And mind you, this entire ramble I've been doing hasn't nearly scratched the surface if we're talking about random play videos as a whole. Because I mentioned at the start that I'm pretty sure that random play dances had originated from K-pop, so if anything, I have it easier than if someone were to lose a K-pop random play dance video in the marina trench that exists there. Here I am talking about J-pop random play dances when K-pop ones are the real titan here. There's so much more, and I haven't talked about that, I'm just talking about the smaller one. Isn't that crazy? I don't know what my concluding statement is. It's that you shouldn't judge me if I have 20 tabs open of random play dances, because I'm still looking for those ones that I saw long ago and that I'm missing. And I know that these ones aren't the right ones, but you shouldn't judge me because I gotta check, I gotta be sure, I gotta make sure that they're not the right ones, and so I have to watch them. I have to.